Hello everybody and welcome to the demo for Shard Squad, a cute and adorable game where you're a little cute animal and you find some other animal friends to do a bunch of stuff. We're gonna do Kiara. I feel like that's a better choice for me. Feedback and bug report haven't even started. A wish list is a maybe. It's gonna depend on what the game is like. Blossom Grove Islay. Looks like our first attack is we fart electricity. I like the graphics. It does look a little bit like it's made with some generic RPG Maker tile set. I mean, like, I don't mean to be rude, and I realize I might be coming across as that, because I do think RPG Maker games have some very good graphical artwork. So I mean, like, it doesn't... Let's just pretend I didn't say that. Well, we can't pretend. It would be lying to each of us, and let's not do that. Anyway, I do like the graphics. I think they look, nice. The movement speed is slow. I'm not really a big fan of that. I don't know if it's going to change over time with different upgrades, or how that's going to work out. It honestly feels as though I always run into kind of the feeling of any roguelike game that's like this, any Vampire Survivors-esque game, or, whatever you want to call them, Survivors-like, roguelike, mobile tower defense simulators where you are the tower. With all these games, it always feels as though they typically start you off in, like, just the slowest speed. And I know that there's, like, a certain amount of strategy there involved, not meaning strategy with the actual gameplay itself, but more so strategy for the, the game to, I guess, take an appropriate amount of your time, or a certain amount of your time, to encourage specific types of playthroughs and carefulness and all that good stuff. But I don't know, it just seems like it's in a game that's really designed about killing things and destroying your enemies, essentially being the Conan the Barbarian of whatever animal like universe this is. It just feels like we put so much time and effort initially into creating the ability to move at a fast enough speed to where we're able to either avoid the enemies or just do something a little bit more interesting, like, I don't know, not die. But we'll see how things go. I just know that from the beginning here, it's not necessarily off to the strongest of starts. But I am a huge fan of this particular genre. I don't know why. I really can't tell you why I like these games so much. I don't feel like there is a specific aspect of any game like this that really stands out to me as why I enjoy it so much. It's just something really satisfying, I guess, about just moving around and auto-attacking, and I like it. Now, if I didn't really like this genre, I don't know that this one would be one that really kind of sucked me in. But now we get a new squad member. I'm gonna go with Hop Hop. I feel like that would be a better choice than any of the other characters. Not necessarily any of the other characters, but definitely better than the bird creature. I do tend to stay away from birds when possible, on account of them, killing all the dinosaurs. One day Jurassic Park Survivors will be out, and I get to talk about Jurassic Park and dinosaurs and birds and stuff, and it'll be, it's gonna be a fun time. Another, I don't want to say pet peeve, but another thing that I wish was different, is we don't have, like, any... Never mind. Yes, we do. It just took a while for him to show up. I was going to say, we don't have anything that gives us an increased amount of experience, and that just makes everything feel as though it takes forever. But we do. We get a little bit more experience for certain kind of animals or creatures or monsters or whatever these are that I just kind of killed a moment ago. This isn't the first game of its style to add additional characters that kind of run around with you, giving you a team of sorts for your shenanigans. But it does a good job with it. Like, it seems, quite well done this far. Water bomb, dig in 2 frontal strikes. I don't know, let's do Snarky. And we are supposed to kill 10 fins in 10 seconds. I don't even know what a fin is. Oh, it's these snails. Okay, maybe it's not 10 seconds and it's just more of a matter of trying to achieve it. I'm not quite sure I understand why we have this big ring. I'm wondering if this is potentially where the range of our characters can be for units or whatever. Based on the amount of time the previous players had, it looks like this will probably be something that you can actually, at least demo-wise, theoretically you can finish within 15 minutes. So the thing is for me to check after I either win or die is to see, like, if there's permanent upgrades. Died, whatever. Let's see if there's permanent upgrades or if there's anything that's... We got the 200 shards, so it's a matter of what do these do, and... Alright, so this is kind of what it does. Alright, but what do these do? HP regen, HP... Armor and vulnerability item. Looks like we have very little options, and those are incredibly slow. That's very disappointing. Well, I'm gonna try one of these other characters just to kind of see what they look like. I thought maybe the characters that I unlocked would be out here, like they would. I think they actually are. So that's a pretty cool aspect. I'm definitely. We'll see what happens here. I'll give it another shot. I don't think I'm gonna hit. Like I don't necessarily know that I'll actually finish this demo, this first level or whatever. I also don't think I'll hit like the 30-minute mark. Pretty much what will happen is I'll play until I die again or finish it, whatever works out, and then that'll kind of be it for me. I do think it's a cool title. I think all the different characters that you have to choose from, and then being able to have 6 total critters out doing their stuff is going to be pretty cool. But I know for me personally, it would take quite a bit of time before I actually got into it, because this movement speed is so incredibly slow that, any desire I have to really kind of subject myself to all of this is relatively relatively low. I just don't like I feel like these games are designed to be faster paced, so when we are consistently doing everything in this really, really slow method for reasons I will never understand, I don't know, it just, doesn't really make for a super fun time. I know eventually with getting the movement speed higher, it would be a little bit easier to deal with, but I don't exactly know how long that would even take to do. You know, and because you're so slow, just trying to navigate through everything to avoid death, it's just, I don't know, it just makes it feel like the game's going to be much more grindy than I would like. And I just hate that I have to use all of my stats on speed increases here in the beginning. It just... I just... No bueno. Not cool at all. Looks like the little, I don't know, fox creature I had in the beginning is a little bit better than the shark guy. I do like his wave attack, though. That's pretty cool. Oddly enough, when you get hit by something, you speed up. So weird. That flower of life is absolutely worthless. I mean, it's not completely worthless because obviously it works a little bit, but it doesn't do enough stuff to actually make it something that feels like it even matters. Anyway, so let's talk about the pros. No, we'll do the cons and we'll end out on the pros. So the cons are the initial movement speed is just awful. Like, it's just way too slow to make it for an enjoyable experience. And so my choices when I start playing are I can choose to kill the enemies, and which might allow me to level up faster and survive. Or I can choose to spend those points on upgrading my movement speed, which then increases the likelihood that I survive because I'm not being, you know, hit by the enemies as often. Neither of which feel like great options to me. So, I mean, like, it's a huge con for me, just the movement speed. The next con that I would have is we have not really... So our attacks are tied to the characters that we kind of get. The characters don't pop up until we've defeated a boss, which comes every couple of minutes, it looks like. That part, like, I don't hate it specifically, but it does make the game feel very slow-paced. Because ultimately it's about killing these monsters and stuff, and if it takes forever to do so, you know, then without having one or two really good runs while playing this, I'm going to be faced with kind of coming back and playing kind of the same thing every time, and my attention span just simply isn't going to allow it, and I will have to just kind of move on to something else. So, I mean, it definitely is a concern that there needs to be either more variety with the characters that you get, perhaps as your skills progress. Because I've progressed my skills just a little bit. I don't really know what it does. It seems like the attacks are, for the most part, very similar. I mean, like, he does more bubble attacks now, I believe, which is nice, but for me, I feel like I'm pretty much doing the same rather lame attack every time. I mean, aside from that wave that happens. So it just makes me feel like, why am I even wasting any time upgrading my character? So I don't know, it's just... I think pacing-wise, it's just not what I'm looking for, not what I'm hoping for. Now, that being said, the positives. I do really like the artwork. These little critters and everything look nice. I do like the idea of replacing weapons with these actual critters. I haven't unlocked enough critters to know if, you know, that's going to realistically unlock, you know, specifically more characters for us to play as the game progresses. And maybe it is, maybe it's not. I'm not sure, because originally I thought the characters, one of the characters had been unlocked, but on further reflection, I don't think that's actually the case. I think they were already available and I just, you know, hadn't selected them. And the music is also nice. So we have, you know, we've got a nice system in play here for a game that could very well be a pretty dang enjoyable time. You know, just, you know, again, like I said, when it comes to the movement speed, it just kind of ruins it for me. I imagine when it's like fully upgraded, I would have less of a complaint. But again, the amount of time it takes to do so, I just don't know that I would actually kind of follow through and pull that off. There's nothing that I've seen so far that tells me how many of these gems I actually earn each level that I can use towards leveling up, which means I would just have to play for as long as I could every time, and yeah, I don't know. Anyway, though, I forgot I was trying to do just the pros and no more cons. Yeah, like, I think I already said I like the graphics. That includes the enemies. I think they look really cool. It's almost like we're in, like, I guess if you want to say, like, a Pokemon-style game was actually, more of a Survivors-like game, then that would be kind of what we have here. Just kind of based on how things feel a little bit with the different characters and stuff. I also think, well, I mean, I want to say that no, never mind. I don't want to say any more negative things. We'll just stick to the positives. Besides, like, I'm about out of time for the day. My girlfriend's on the way home, and then I have to try to convince her that the answer to tonight's meal should very much be Panda Express, because that's really what I want. And we'll just kind of see what happens. My fingers are not crossed, but mentally they are, you know, so. Oh, good. The enemies that are available or present are so fast that, yeah, I'm basically going to get screwed because I can't move out of their way in time. Yeah. It's a very good way to tell somebody that their time is not exactly on the valuable side. Oh, man, yeah, I also got like an email today about I have an interview on Monday. It is a speed interview, which sounds terrible. The whole thing is you have to like go and like interview in a room full of people. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I don't know. I feel like they ought to just hire, or, you know, I don't know. I just don't like the idea of it. It takes me from being interested in a position to considerably less so, but oh well. Anyway, so there we go. That's going to be the end of this video. I mean, overall, like I would say, it feels kind of promising. I think like some tweaks give us some speed that's a little bit faster. You'll have it'll be a better experience. But anyway, the link is in the description. I encourage you to try it for yourself if you like it. Don't forget to wishlist it.